Hi, this is Nickki, and welcome to this evening's meditation. For most of you, I'm guessing that it's evening right now, or getting to be late in the night, and yet depending upon where you are in the world, it could be morning. So hello to you wherever you might be. And I thought that it might be nice to just have a simple relaxation session this evening. If you're getting ready for bed, this is a great way to relax. If you're just getting up and starting your day, it's also a nice way to just set an even tone for that moment. So, wherever you're at, thanks for joining. Glad to have you. And one of the things that was playing through my mind today is a story I heard. It's got many versions, and it's about a farmer who was so diligent and amazing about working in the fields. And every day he would go row by row, planting the seeds, making sure they were just right, covered up in the perfect amount of soil, watering them. And right after he'd finished, he was just so enthusiastic and excited. He'd go right back to the first row and dig up the seeds and check on them to see how they were doing. And as you can imagine, they had had not bloomed as of yet. With all of this upheaval going on and frantic, constant action, there was no time for resting, no time to allow the seed space to grow and do what it needed to. So, one day, a man comes along and starts speaking with the farmer and indicates to the farmer that he'd like to help him out because he looks so exhausted and he too has experience with farming. And if the farmer would just like to take a nap, this gentleman will take over and be diligent just as this farmer is, making sure everything is tended to. So reluctantly, the farmer agrees and goes to sleep. And within just a few minutes, he's so frustrated and agitated, he gets back up again and checks. And the gentleman says, "It's okay, trust me. Go back and take your nap." And so finally, the farmer goes into this beautiful, deep sleep. And it's days and weeks before he finally wakes up. And when he does, he's so frantic and panicked. And he goes out and looks at the field. And of course, what's there? Beautiful, blooming plants. And the gentleman who said he'd take care of everything, of course, is nowhere to be found because nothing needed to be done. Once the seeds were planted and the initial tending happened, then it was time for the seeds to do their work and allow them to bloom. They just needed some space. And I think that that's intriguing for our lives. We often get caught up going and feeling like we need to work so hard. And, there's a phrase out there about working smart. I think this is in reference to that, or can be looked at in a very similar vantage point. Sometimes working hard does not necessarily mean all these crazy hours we put into things. And this can be true in our life, our career, our relationship. And that's not to take anything away from the enthusiasm, the intention, the pride, the commitment we have. So what we'd like to do in our daily lives is find that balance. Learn how can we really just settle in and enjoy our time both in working and in relaxation. There's a quote from Lao Tzu, and it says, "Do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear?" The line then goes on. Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? And again, the message here is not that we sit back doing nothing. It's not that we enjoy our lazy boy chair 24 hours a day with bonbons and the remote control. It's creating an intention, giving that intention purpose and passion, and then leaning in and letting go and allowing the right action, the right outcome. Sometimes it may not be as we are expecting. Allowing all of the fruits of our labors to manifest as they will. So let's tune in for a moment. Take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in. And let that go. And one more time. Exhaling. So as I mentioned, I thought it would be nice to go into a bit of a relaxation for this evening, or wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in. And feel free to get comfortable. One of the things that's interesting as we go into deep relaxations is it's common for people to fall asleep. And interestingly, there are over 40 million people in the world with chronic sleep deprivation or challenges. So if you're one of those folks and you do fall asleep during meditation, well then that's fabulous, because it shows that your body needed the sleep and it is taking care of itself, and it felt relaxed enough to go into its own reproduction and all of the work that it needs to do while you're either sleeping or in deep relaxation. So as I've mentioned before, I subscribe to the whatever works method of meditation. And if sleep is one of those items that occurs, well then that's beautiful. Now there's always ways, if you find that you fall asleep during every meditation and you'd really like to stay more alert, of course there's options for that. So if you get to a stage and you notice that you're starting to feel like you may be drifting off, feel free to open your eyes, maybe move around a little bit, get up and stretch. This is your practice, so whatever works. And once upon a time, the Dalai Lama in an interview was quoted as saying, "Sleep is the best meditation." So there are all types of ways to look at meditation and relaxation. At the end of the day, the goal is to give our mind a rest, to create a practice just like we do when we go to the gym with our muscles, and in this instance, using it for our mind. And that can be in creating more clarity, creating more attentiveness, and also relaxation and calming. So whatever you're looking for, there are always different options. And so when you're ready, feel free to sit or lie down if that's right for you, to lean up against something, or to have your back straight and off of the chair or off of the wall if you're on the floor or wherever you might be. I personally enjoy closing my eyes during meditation. I invite you to do that as well. It can allow you to just focus on going within and possibly smooth out some of the surrounding noises, visuals, etc. So when you're ready, feel free. Close your eyes if that feels right. And notice if there's anything you'd like to do with your posture or how you're positioned, relaxing your muscles, that could make you 5 or 10% even more comfortable than you are right now. So as we begin, let's notice a few things. Notice the taste you have right now. Getting curious, connecting with your senses. Experiencing smell as well. Tuning in to your surroundings. Noticing the taste, the smell, your hearing of my voice and maybe anything else that's happening in your space. Maybe there's children in the background, or TV, traffic outside, the hum of an air conditioner or heater. Allowing all of those senses to just commingle and exist. And whether your eyes are open or closed, what is the visual sensation you have now? If your eyes are open, I invite you to softly gaze at one point, allowing yourself to use that as a focus. For those with your eyes closed, are there colors? Are there sensations? Are there visuals you still notice, despite having your physical eyelids shut? And from a touch perspective, where are your feet, your hands, your sit bones? Can you feel the sensations around you? Maybe there's soft carpet or hardwood floors. Maybe you're wrapped in a blanket. What does that feel like? What are the sensations from all of these senses? And now let's take another few moments to breathe in to all of these senses, noticing your breath, becoming aware of the life-giving force of pranayama. Are you breathing, or is breath breathing you? Noticing, witnessing, experiencing. Continuing to breathe in and out. If it feels right, maybe you extend the breath a little longer on the inhale and a little longer on the exhale. And let's ask ourselves a few questions. Be gentle with yourself and allow the answers to come. No need to consciously think, just allowing what naturally comes up. And if there's just silence and open space, honoring that as well. Who am I? Asking yourself this question, repeating this silently to yourself. Who am I? And listening for the answers. Who am I? Once again, what else comes into mind? There may be unexpected responses and ideas. Allow yourself whatever may come, getting curious along the way, being open and receptive to the unknown. And now, let's ask ourselves, what do I want? What do I want? Here's a follow-up. What do I really, really, really want? Some of your answers may come in a material form. I invite you to expand to the ethereal realm, to feelings, emotions. What would serve you? The desire that's inside of you, deep within your true nature. We're just beginning, so be gentle with yourself and allow what comes. This is a beautiful practice you can use anytime when you're feeling like you might need a reset. So often we base our life and our goals and our strategies on a pre-programmed goal or dream we set many years prior. So this is just a small opening and opportunity to consider expansion, another path, a different vantage point. So just as the farmer planted his seeds, let us take a moment to plant our intention for this evening. Maybe something just came up through these questions. A dormant dream, an idea you've thought of many times before, and yet have still to take action. Maybe it's something simple. Maybe it's for someone else, sending guidance and love to them. We certainly can't change others, although we can support and send love. So spend a moment cultivating your intention for this evening. Can you summarize it in a simple affirmation using positive language, such as, my intention is to be even more motivated this week. That would be a positive statement as opposed to, I don't want to procrastinate anymore. So how can you see this vision, this intention, through a positive lens, repeating this mantra-like statement to yourself a few times. Letting it settle in And then, once the seed has been planted, we let it go, allowing the universe to manifest and craft as you continue to lean in without forcing, just acknowledging. So let's take another long, slow, deep breath in. Inhaling this beautiful intention. And exhaling to send it off. Continue to sit in comfort, coming back to your breath, and we'll spend some time focusing on the breath moving through the body. As you inhale, noticing the breath moving through your body, down through your lungs, maybe expanding your stomach. And on the exhale, noticing the breath moving out of your body, allowing it to come up, regenerating and recycling, letting go of what no longer serves us, and breathing in a fresh life force with renewed calm and relaxation and vitality. And notice on one of your inhales how the breath moves throughout the body, reaching all the way into your toes, spreading out into your fingertips, creating an expansion, an awareness within the body, and even feeling outside the body the energy that you provide, the energy that reaches those around you. Continue breathing, easy, slow, long inhales and exhales at your own pace as it feels comfortable. Is there any area of your body that's still holding on to a little tension or resistance. Notice that space, and while focusing on it, envision the fresh breath of the inhale going to that area, cleansing it, and pulling out what is no longer serving you, letting that go on the exhale. Continuing your inhale and your exhale. Allowing, sinking even deeper into relaxation and calm. We'll go into a specific technique. It's sometimes referred to as the relaxing exercise. And it utilizes a form of breathing with the inhale shorter than the exhale. The goal in this practice with this particular exercise is to allow the mind to go into an even deeper state of calm. We'll breathe in for 4 counts and hold the breath for 7. Exhaling for a count of 8. This may not be suitable for everyone, so I invite you to go at your own pace and to modify with a breath that works for you. A simple alternative would be breathing in for 2, holding for 3, and breathing out for 4. I'll lead us, and we'll do this a few times. When you're ready, we'll inhale for a count of 4, and hold, and let that go. On the exhale, you may find it beneficial to lightly have the tip of your tongue just resting gently on the roof of your mouth, and having your mouth in an open position so that you can really allow the exhale to go. So let's do that a few more times. We'll inhale for 4 and hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's exhale. For 8. Inhale again. Hold. And let's exhale. For 8. One more time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 5, 6, 7, and let that go. Exhaling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Letting all of that out. Now returning to whatever breathing feels right for you. Do you notice? Is your breathing a little longer and more relaxed than it was earlier? Perhaps this was a bit awkward and your breath is somewhat labored and trying to get back on a rhythm. If you're one of those folks who does find difficulty with sleep, this can be a good exercise. It's one that works best when it's been practiced repeatedly. So even if you just created this as a habit 4 times each night, which is about a minute before going to bed, you may find a bit more ease in resting and sleeping. Continue for a few more breaths on your own, taking in the stillness and silence around you. And let's one more time just notice the breath moving through our body, down to our toes, through our hands, in our back, neck, and shoulders. Are there any spaces that feel a little more relaxed than they did before? Feel free to take an extra breath if there's still some place that needs attention. Continuing to allow the breath to easily drift in and out of the body. Just like the ocean, the waves, a gentle ebbing and flowing. Allowing, trusting, simplicity, being right here, right now, in this moment. So when you feel ready, you can begin to shift and move your body when it feels comfortable, opening your eyes, coming back into the space, being gentle with yourself, honoring and acknowledging the practice we just had together. And just as the farmer allowed the seeds to grow on their own once he was able to sleep, are you willing to allow all the things on your to-do list, the worries, the frets, the concerns, the excitements of the future and the past that come back into our lives often, and just let those drift by, spending the most important time planting your seeds of intentions, cultivating, and then taking the time to rest so that you're energized and renewed for the next wonderful moment. There's a fun phrase: don't let yesterday take up too much of today. So as we move forward with the evening or your day, depending upon where you are, I thank you so much for joining me and nurturing and honoring yourself for taking this time in, cultivating your mind, cultivating this practice, getting a little more relaxed, preparing you for a restful evening or a restful day with calm. I look forward to another session with you. And meanwhile, sleep well and namaste.